What's going on, Vigo's Court? We're back again. We're back again. I'm your judge, Judge Vader. I'm joined by Counselor Psycho.
What's up, y'all? We got a great game coming out today. We want to tell about the two teams we got today, if you can see it on your screen.
Ooh, yeah, we got Outlaws of the Fog versus 6. And so for our teams here today, I mean, like, Outlaws of the Fog, I don't think they can make playoffs. I don't think there's any way that this shakes out where they can make playoffs. However, 6, I think, has their playoff spot pretty much clenched, but they probably still don't want to let any wins slip away, right?
Absolutely not. You know, momentum's a big thing. You know, if you can go, am I correct? Is 6-6 undefeated, or have they lost yet?
Oh, they lost.
Oh,
yeah,
lost? Okay.
They did lose. The only two undefeated teams left are Arctic Wolves and Demise, I believe. So,
Gotcha. But they still got their spots solidified. But they still want to roll into playoffs with, you know, winning games. If you want to boost morale up, get your team confident, you know. I don't know about you, but my teams have always played better when they're feeling themselves, not when they're not feeling themselves, you know.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. If you're down, you play down, and if you play down, your score ends up down. And if your score is down, you're probably losing.
Sounds like a skill issue, Vader.
Oof. I mean, I was gonna say sounded like a momentum issue, but skill issue, geez, okay. Throw that out there. But for both of these teams, honestly, this is a pretty good opportunity. Both of you kind of know where your paths are, right? Like, at this point, of course, Outlaws of the Fog knows that they don't really have a path to the playoffs, and 6 knows that they're in the playoffs. So you might try things that you normally wouldn't. Maybe we see any remaining S tier picks from Outlaws just come out right now.
That, or maybe they want to have some fun with the rest of the season, and they got like some fun niche builds that they want to show off and kind of end on a positive light. Because you can have fun and feel accomplished without even winning a game. You know, maybe you have like you improve as a team over a season. You have pop-off moments where you get a clutch save, or you loop a killer for 3-4 gens. You're really proud of that, you know. Although it feels great to win, and we all show up trying to win. Nobody wants to lose. You could still have fun and improve while maybe not winning.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of teams do try to get some of those highlight plays too, because it's always nice to get that highlight play, and then like I've heard from people before, they're like, I went back to hear like what the commentators had to say when that happened, because we were going nuts in the VC, but were you guys going nuts too? And like, of course, you and I are gonna have fun with this. Like, oh yeah, like if they're doing something nuts, of course you're gonna hear our reaction. So, I'm definitely excited.
Well, I come from the day and age of Modern Warfare 2, where everyone made montages, so clips was my livelihood. I've grown up on them.
Well, I mean, we're live on Twitch, so what's Twitch without the clips? Hey, that means I'm looking at you, chat. I'm looking at you. If you see something great, or you hear us say something like crazy, dumb, otherwise, like, I mean, clip it. 100% clip it. Like, yeah, if I say something and you're like, oh my goodness, Vader really say that? Okay, cool. Clip that. I'm all about it. Do it. But I'm still waiting to get an invite from our killer from 6, actually. So let me make sure, see what's going on there. But Psycho, what killers do you expect to see? Have you seen the killer list of what they have left?
I have not. I looked briefly earlier today, but I haven't been able to see completely. Let me take a look again just to make sure that my prediction.
Make sure it's possible. Make sure it's possible, all right?
Yeah, you make your predictions while I take a look just to make sure.
Make my predictions? Okay. Okay, I'll try to make some predictions here. Let me take a look. I think if I were 6, you know, you're playing against Outlaws of the Fog. you know that Shep is a ghost face, like, enthusiast. You gotta bring Ghostface. I don't know if they will, but hey, bring Ghostface. This is me asking you, Six, if you are listening right now, bring Ghostface. Just once. It fully consumes Ghostface, but I mean, hey, when else are you using Ghostface? Bring Ghostface right here. I'd enjoy. 10 out of 10 would do again. Looks like we did get invite from the killer now.
As far as my picks goes, I'm having a little trouble viewing the list because I think I'm looking in the wrong spot because it says zeros and everything. But just as a rule of thumb, I got a feeling that that we're gonna see either killers with great mobility, because we are on Ironworks after all, and that's a really large map where the 3 gens aren't so great. So mobility is very valuable. You know, your Demogorgons, you can get some Leprous Lichen value if that's legal here.
It is 100%.
Yep. You could do you Freddy if you want to go that route as well. You know, bring it back to the old school, the old school meta, Freddy. You could also go Wraith or Blight or Hillbilly. All those killers have great mobility. Or you can go the little risky route of going for killers that do well in short loops, because there is a lot of loops in the middle areas of the map where killers like Deathslinger and Huntress can really do a lot of work, but they struggle patrolling the gens, so it's a trade-off on that regard for that.
For sure. And honestly, looks like our survivors actually joined, so I don't need to worry about that. Looks like one of the 6's survivors, though, is gonna have to switch out of that spot they're in. Bear is there. But yeah, honestly, oh geez, I don't know if you just saw in the chat, but Shep said, look, if someone brings Ghostface, I'll marry them. Oh shoot. Now you gotta do it. Go ahead and bring some Ghostface action. But yeah, like you said, honestly, we are going to Ironworks of Misery, so let's go ahead and let's talk about it for a second. So as you already know, it's in the Macmillan estate. It's got an 8-hook minimum, 13-hook maximum. It's about an average size map and a pretty regular shape, so definitely the killer is trying to stay away from that middle building there, as the survivors are gonna just try to run you around that top section up there, try to run that loop as best as possible. But at the same time, these survivors are gonna have to play very well to make sure that they're not 3-genning themselves. It's pretty easy to do on Ironworks of Misery.
Yeah, I'd say usually around main you'll get at least a 3-gen spawning pretty reliably. But the problem with that is, though, although you often will get a good 3-gen, Ironworks, from what I've seen in my spawns, you really only get 1 3-gen, and if you lose any of those gens, it's over. The spread can be ridiculous on that map. I feel like if you pop the right gen, usually the main gen's the one you try to get out of the way, because that's the one that connects to the 3-gen very well. That map could be significantly hard to deal with if you break that 3-gen, as opposed to maps like Dead Dog, Coal Tower, Azerov's, where you're more likely to see 4 gens or multiple 3 gens, so at least maybe be able to have options.
There are times on this map, though, that I've seen it spawn that you do get a really good 4-gen, actually not like across the top, like including main. You'll get a mid-gen, and then you'll get those bottom gens next to the shack, and on the other side, yeah, there are the logs nearby, but there are several killers that can do really well there. And talking about that, especially on like within Vigos, we already know where shack is, or where the basement is spawning. And sorry, I already spoiled the surprise, even though it wasn't a surprise. It's spawning in the shack. So if they do get that generation where all their 3-gen can be towards that bottom side, or if they can have a lot of bottom side pressure where they can then maybe get a survivor hooked in the basement, it could be tough.
Definitely could be. It sounds like, by the way you're talking about this map, your RNG's been much better than mine lately, Vader, on this map.
You know, it definitely has been. I've played Huntress a lot on this map, and like, there will be a gen inside shack, right? And then like the brick structure, usually not an usually an LT wall, and then there's another brick structure like right after it, right? The second, the second brick structure has another gen, and then there's a mid gen, right there. That's perfect. I'll hang around there all game. But then you have main gen, so then you get that's just 4 right there, right? And then on the other side of the logs, you got another gen. I'll just.
So maybe I'm just unlucky.
It sounds like it might be because you play twins too often. All right. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Shade.
Later, when you're playing twins, you either hard commit to the 3 gen, or half the game I don't even know where gens are. I just see survivors all across my screen. Like I'm so busy downing people that I don't even know where the gens are half the time. It's either that one way or the other type of game.
You're right about that. Definitely when I play twins every once in a while, not as much as you do, but like I find myself not kicking gens. Like I stopped bringing Pop Goes the Weasel because of how often I would just see like I would come back to Charlotte and see a survivor running one way, and I'm like, I gotta go. I mean, they're right there. Like, what am I? Yeah,
you just don't have time to go kick the gen.
No, it's like that's pressure right there. Why am I gonna let it just walk away? So I totally understand. Looks like we finally do have all of our survivors in the lobby, at least. Looks like they're still getting set up, but yeah, I think I want to see a Ghostface here, but a realistic pick for what I expect to see. Well, wait a minute. It is Joy King here, so maybe Ghostface is realistic because Joy King might try to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, if they wanted to go ahead and get some more practice with some other killers, let's look at what they got. Maybe we see a Bubba.
You're close to what I think is going to happen if they have it available.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think if they have it, Billy going to go Burr right here, right now.
They have one use of Billy left. I think they hold that.
I mean, Billy's not exactly a high-tier killer.
Yeah, but what other maps are they going to here? Looking at the rest of their schedule, it looks like 6 will be going to Torment Creek next. And then they'll be going to Hooker's home, which is Dead Dog. I think in terms of use Billy on Ironworks or use Billy on Torment Creek, I'd rather use Billy on Torment Creek.
The problem with that, though, is I love Billy on this map for one really good reason, and that's you can actually do a lot of damage to the survivors that want to take you up high ground. So if they try to take you up them stairs, you could rev your chainsaw if you get close enough to the corners and just cut the corner, and they're just stuck there. They're forced to drop down. Or maybe they're going to get hit with a chainsaw if you do it right.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Maybe we do see a Billy then. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I don't think that we see Billy right here.
We see in chat Yashan saying Joy King do be a Billy player though.
Okay. Then you know what? Maybe it's fair. I think we actually have seen Joy King play the Billy the last time that 6 played Billy, so for sure could be.
What's your call, Vader? What's your call?
I don't think you bring the Billy here. That's gonna be the take that I take there. I don't think you bring the Billy. I'm gonna say they bring the Bubba. We'll see. But let's review how the killer scores points, all right? We did see the offerings we needed to see. So let's go ahead and look. So definitely the way that killers score points, it's via those hooks. And the progressions definitely are worth 1 less. But if you are a slug god and get that 7th and 8th progression, it would be worth 1 point each for those. If you do get a 4K, you do get 2 bonus points there. If you do have a entity collapse kill, that would be the corresponding hook plus progressions. A bleed out is 0 points. If you do get a Mori, that is just the corresponding hook. That leaves 30 points available to our killer, and let's go ahead and go into this match. Also, I noticed y'all banned that word that I cannot say, and we have a nurse.
A nurse? Wow, Outlaws choosing to come out here strong. I mean, 6-6 choosing to come out here strong with the nurse pick. Not wanting to waste any time and immediately get a hit right immediately on the Michaela. This is great immediate pressure. It's surprising you have a final survivor so quickly. And it's down. That was within like 15 seconds. Wow. Maybe Joy King trying to go for a speedrun record here live?
I mean, if you do that in a comp match, more power to you. But that's, honestly, that was pretty crazy for that chase. And wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think that
this nurse is running. Is that barbecue?
Was that barbecue or was it a dying?
I mean, they were running. They were running.
They could have ran past the totem though. That's hard to tell.
Maybe.
Another quick down. Jeez, this survivor, this nurse is wasting no time here.
No, these are super fast.
Pulling, so like there's only gonna be one survivor right now on gens right now during all this because how much people he's pulled off right now with all this pressure.
For sure.
Crazy.
We do also see. Did you see the Pop Goes the Weasel?
I did not notice that, but did we see that?
Yeah, Pop Goes the Weasel is in play.
Wow, I'm calling it. This nurse going 4K at 3 gens, I think. The way that they're moving right now. That is a barbecue. You were correct, Vader. As you can see, both survivors running off in different directions.
Oh, man. And that's crazy to bring on Nurse. I mean, now Nurse knows where all these survivors are, of course. Like, yeah, that's power.
Yeah, just to see if this nurse chooses to blink back to the hook and maybe try to go for a progression or not. Doesn't seem like they're very interested in that. They're just going for full-on pressure, wanting to split up hooks. Maybe they got a no way out later on. Maybe we've seen only, I believe, 3 perks. So 1 perk I think still yet to be revealed. And we see a chase here on the Cheryl or whatever her counterpart's name is.
Yeah, we definitely do see. Oh my gosh, what a down. These are coming so fast. We're still at 5 gens. This is nuts. Also, I do want to go ahead and note, yeah, you said that we don't know the 4th perk. Like, it really could be anything. It could be Noed. It could be like, it could be Devour Hope. We don't know what they're bringing. That's a deli. Oh man, Wakanda deliing off and trying to get away here, but you got to think, is Nurse going to go back for the broken survivor? No, doesn't look like.
I think really a joy here to watch is they really haven't fell for any double back plays. This Nurse is very prepared for the counterplay that survivors do. Nurse. We see another hit right next to the pallet, almost a stun there. Very careful though. Gets another blink out. Will they get it down here? And they do. The Claudette goes down. We hear a gen right there being pressured pretty heavily. You can probably hook this and get a nice pop right off that. See what they can do here. Maybe get some more barbecue value. Find where other survivors are.
Yeah, maybe. You know, it's interesting that like we've chased pretty much everyone, but I think whoever has the firecracker really has an opportunity to use that to go ahead and like cut off one of those blinks. You know.
I mean, at this point, our survivors need to do anything to stem the bleeding. At this rate, I don't know how many. They might only get 1 gen done at this rate. You see, 1 survivor gets it right here. Ooh,
luckily,
nice
Nurse hits the wall. Otherwise, that survivor was going down.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna last much longer. And they go down again. White King and Chad indeed. W King just popping off right now. Is they're gonna get another pop value and barbecue? Find out where their teammates are.
Yeah, honestly, really cracked gameplay from this Nurse. Oh, swinging out some wood, you know, maybe we're going to build a house later. I mean, I'm down with that, Nurse.
That's not the way you usually get +10 wood in Dead by Daylight, as you would say.
I mean, you know, like, generally, I don't think that I could actually pick up wood in Dead by Daylight unless I have any means necessary, but, you know. It's okay, Nurse. Like, you can try to collect whatever you want. I'm good with it.
Yeah, for a map called Ironworks, there's an awful lot of wood on this map. As we see the Cheryl go down again. Will this be a DS play?
I think it's been too long. The broken status went away. They're the one who unhooked themselves, so there is no way that they have DS in play.
very interesting to see how the survivors choose to attack this, as they may be going to damage control mode. I wouldn't be surprised to see them let the survivor sit on the hook for a while and just try to pressure or get a couple gens done here. You need any kind of pressure here, otherwise this game's gonna very quickly get away from you.
For sure. Also, did you notice the flick to go ahead and like a moonwalk blink backwards? Pretty darn good.
Roy King showing their experience here. I'm sure that what they're gonna do it again, I got a feeling.
Oh man, you don't blink through that, but it's okay because you have a second blink.
Eesh, this nurse is going sicko mode right now. It's the down again.
My goodness, my goodness, this is absolutely insane. I mean, we're gonna see another hook in the middle here. Hey, the gens are starting to get cranked out a little bit now though, so that's good. But I mean, as we already named the barbecue and chili, this nurse is getting free information off every hook, and those hooks are coming quickly and often. Oh well, that means the same thing.
I actually
Never
really
mind.
like this combo they have with barbecue and pop. A little unconventional. You're able to know which gens are getting pressured, even if you don't realize it. Know where to blink immediately, maybe get a hit off, get a nice pop, and then get a quick down. Nurse is just rotating survivors on the hook.
I mean, for sure. Oh man, look at that. Look at the free information we get. That's crazy, dude. Definitely we don't see barbecue and chili very often in comp, but it's putting in work right now. Was Shep trying to take a body block or almost unluckily running into that?
Oh my word, this nurse. I don't know either way. Either way, this nurse is just going absolutely insane right now. Gets another kick on the gen. I think that was a dry kick. No pop this time probably, but they'll get another. Wait.
No, they didn't complete the animation, actually. That's what happened. They still didn't complete the animation. They don't want to pop it, I guess. That's that. I don't know if they thought that Shep was gonna get picked up or something. I don't know what the play was there, but that's our first death. Shep exits the game, and we're chasing Claudette now. We did another one of those flick blinks.
Beautiful. He's the survivor right there in the loop right there, but he's gonna go for the anyway and get the pop off first. I guess the Claudette maybe. It's hard to tell.
You know, like we did drop chase with Claudette. Man, the way we're just moving around our field of view while we're blinking, I don't even know where we're going. We're going on a trip, and the only person who knows where we're going is this nurse.
A trip on our favorite rocket ship, Vader. That rocket ship is called Joy King's Nurse.
I mean, this rocket ship is going. Oh.
Whoa!
That was unlucky. I thought they were going to blink through that material, and that would have been a hit. That was a perfect prediction. Honestly, Joy is just cracked with this nurse.
You know, you perform like this, you have so many great blinks as Joy King has had in this game. You get a couple, what's the word, gimmies, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of doubts here and there.
For sure. Like, this is excellent gameplay from our nurse. Letting Potion get away with just an injury state, though, maybe an interesting play, as I expect to see probably a pretty good reset here.
Yeah, this nurse is been a while since they got a hook comparatively to how this game's been going. These survivors have been good up until this point of playing patient. On this, ever since they lost the last survivor. Oh,
no!
Swing after the dead hard?
They hit through the dead hard! Oh, that hurts! You know, as a survivor, you feel that. You feel that. You try to dead hard through it. You get your iframes, but the lunge goes past the iframes, and we have visual on these healing survivors. Oh no! Oh no!
Nurse is coming. She's coming with the medicine these survivors don't want.
I mean, Claudette over here trying to do what Claudette does, you know, carrying the med kit. Like, she's got all the healing perks, of course, as her teachable perks, but doesn't help versus the nurse.
No perk will save you versus this nurse, Vader. Oh my. Through the wood. Logs right on top. These blinks have just been so precise.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Like, yeah, definitely this nurse is showing us the strength that Joy King has behind the sticks of the nurse. You know, maybe behind the mouse and keyboard, but you know, I used to be a console player the majority of the time, so I'm gonna. Oh my god, is that the? No way! They get the.
Wow.
Yo, that's crazy. They do get the one escape with the hatch. What?
You know what's crazy, Vader? If this was maybe like 2 years ago, that nurse could have grabbed that survivor.
You right.
Right there.
You
It was
right.
2 years ago.
But that was in the days of like hatch standoffs and stuff too, you know.
That was insane.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. I can't even. I'm still processing.
Oh my. OTF came out. I mean, came out and did the strongest they could here on this first map, but that nurse was just too much to handle. I can't fault them for not getting survivor. I'm only getting the one out. You know, even a 1 out is crazy versus the way that nurse is playing.
I mean, for sure, that is crazy. Honestly, played very, very well, both sides, but that was nuts. Definitely, we did have a hydrate redeemed by Swatch. How you doing, King? We're gonna go ahead and, you know, take that hydrate right now. Nice. All right, so yeah, I still can't say that word, you know the word I can't say, right?
Yeah, it's a specific word, and I think one day we should have a little counter on the screen to see how many times you say it.
I mean, I think there is a counter for every time I say it. Like, you can like redeem it or something. I think maybe not. Like, I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to check with Rambo on that. But
that episode of South Park where that word we probably shouldn't say, and then the little corner that they would go ding 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 every time somebody said it.
I mean, for sure, yeah. I apparently say it quite a bit. You guys are starting to try to like get me out of saying it so often though, with all these bans, you know. Or is it that you just want me to wear the wizard hat?
Probably that.
Ah, I see.
You gotta start now using the however.
Dang, you are stacking? Travesty. Why are you stacking? So, see, I only had 7 minutes left on the first ban. And now, I have another 20 minutes. So now I have 27 minutes.
Wow. You gonna make it, Vader?
I think I could make it. Maybe. It's possible. We'll see.
Put your heart into it. Put your heart into it.
My heart, my soul. It's gonna take a lot of brain power. I'm trying to see why it says I'm in lobby but uninvitable for our survivors or killer here. But if I know who the killer is, I can just join their lobby. Let me see if I have our killer added. I do, so I'm just gonna join our killer, and you know, there we go. Oh my lord! So hey, you know how I said 27 minutes? We're up to 47 minutes or 46 minutes because, you know, yeah. But gosh dang it!
You know what? Vader, maybe you'll be able to say that word on Sunday, maybe. At this rate, maybe Sunday you'll be allowed to.
Oh lord, it's the whole stream. I can't say it all stream. All right. I see you. Chat. I see you. Dang it. Oh, okay. All right. I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Nurse pick on that first map there was very interesting to me.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Is that their last nurse play?
I think it's. I gotta check.
Because if it is, I'm absolutely shocked that they used that there. Because Dead Dog is just a. I mean, not that that doesn't work for nurse, but like just Dead Dog, it's just like a guaranteed 2K at a minimum. Nurse Undead dog.
That consumed their nurse.
Honestly
They have
shocked they chose
no
to use Nurse here.
more nurse.
I don't know. I mean, I get, like, if this was any other game and you wanted to use a strong killer for Ironworks, Nurse is great for that. I just didn't expect them to not save it. I thought they would save it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think. Oh man, wait a second. Hold on, I'm seeing something in chat. I see Vigo's court. Rambo in here saying, hey, that Indeed ban is supposed to be once a stream. Coming in trying to be my knight in shining armor. Wait a minute.
You did it. Does that count?
That counts.
Go get the hat, Vader.
That counts. Y'all got me to say it, but all right. All right, so the whole problem with this hat is that, like, it sat in storage for so long, right, guys? And as it sat in storage, books sat on top of it, so it doesn't want to stand up like it should, right? So it's gonna randomly just flop over like so. So I'll still have the ears, but it's, you know, it's floppy. It's floppy, all right? It's floppy.
Right down with something heavy, decently heavy inside it to get the shape back.
Maybe. I don't have anything cone shaped. It's standing right now, so we're good.
I like it though. Very matches your shirt for sure.
You know, like red and blue, very good. They go together. Oh my lord, it's gonna fall off. But yeah, hey, who do you think that Outlaws brings here, though?
So Outlaws here, there's no chance of them moving on to playoffs here. So I think your thing of waiting out to use whatever you want goes out the window, and you just literally play whatever you want. So who's killing here in this one? Is it Luna?
Luna is killing.
Okay, I don't know too much about Luna, so I can't predict based on their pool at all, but I think we're gonna see something a little more fun here.
Anything goes, honestly.
I'm thinking we're gonna see maybe a pig, maybe a plague, maybe a legend, maybe, you know, Susie. And I know a chat loves the Susie.
Maybe Susie, but I think Myers, like just cause for the memes.
Hey,
could be.
I love me some Myers.
Not being super realistic with that one. I think that if anything, I think that we see. Do they have a Huntress left or a Trickster left? I think we'll probably see something more along those lines.
Well, Vader, if you want to see, you want to have fun with Myers, and you want to have a game that either you're going to hate or feel the most powerful you've ever felt in your life, you stick on Fire Up, Beard Fury, Enduring, and Coup de Grace, and Infinite Tier 3, and you go ham. You swing from across the map, Commando Modern Warfare 2 style, just.
You know, I'm a fan. I'm gonna need you to send me that so I remember it, because I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm probably not gonna remember that right now.
How does the ban work now? Are you allowed to say it again now? Or?
I am, because I already have to wear the hat, you know?
Okay.
My goodness. All right, so here, hold on. Wait a minute. Bam. All right, that might help.
Tape your head properly to make it work, Vader. That's all.
Nah. So you see.
Give you a nice point up top. You know?
Now you see, this is gonna work. You know why? No, it's not gonna work. Shit. I tried. I had a pair of socks and I tried stuffing it in the. It didn't work.
Hey.
It didn't work. Okay. I tried.
Twitch. Do it for Twitch chat.
No, can't do that.
Empty? Oh.
It's not empty.
But either way, it will be interesting to see what Outlaws of the Fog chooses to bring back. One thing's for certain, it's going to be hard to match the performance that Nurse put out in the last game. I'll tell you that. I don't think there's any killer Outlaws could bring that maybe, but you never know. Anything's possible. I just want to see some exciting gameplay. That's all.
I think that we will see exciting gameplay regardless, especially like you already know that both of these teams are very good at impressing us, right? Like Outlaws of the Fog has done it several times, and then Six, of course, has done it on the killer and survivor side. So we're in for a treat regardless of what's going on here. Yeah, I did look, and they have one use of Huntress and one use of Trickster left. They do have a use of, I mean, they've got several killers available. They haven't really consumed that many. Deathslinger is gone, but you know, they've got a few that they can bring out.
It'll be very interesting to see what they bring here. I definitely think Outlaws of the Fog could put up a good performance here, or they can go the fun route too as well, or they can go for both at the same time. Who knows? Only one way to find out. We can see.
Knowing Luna, now that we're in this loading screen, I'm gonna go ahead and put my money on Trickster.
I mean, there is a lot of good loops for Trickster on this map. Some dead zones and some short loops where you can get some throws over. A lot of windows on those jungle gyms you can throw through. You bring this. I think it's the soda. You get the faster. Is it soda or the USB? I think it's either faster throws.
I don't quite remember, but I wanted to review some survivor rules real quick, and so definitely those survivors do get points by finishing those gens, as well as getting those escapes. And you know, those escapes are definitely where the points lie, right? Those third and fourth escape total up to 10 points of the 26 available points. So definitely want to see escapes happen, but we got a game, so let's get to it.
Right here, breathing.
What you see is a Trickster.
You are correct, Vader. We do see the spawn up top, which is really good for Luna, as they are able to break that wall right now, so they don't have to deal with it later. Something that's really lucky when you can manage to get. We see looking around for a survivor, immediately finds a survivor here. This will be the tap, one of the most rarest survivors to see in pubs, at least for me.
I see Tap quite a bit, but definitely this Tap's trying to go ahead and escape real quick. But can we talk about the Corrupt? This was a friendly Corrupt, a little bit, all on one side, all right next to each other. For spawning in the middle of the map, like, that's pretty friendly, huh?
Yeah, you also gotta look at this movement on this Trickster. They had some great movement right now. Getting pressure, not really losing any progress on the survivor while getting some blades in. It should be a down right here, right now, and it is on the pallet, though. Will there be a survivor coming around the corner?
Man, and look, this is right near Shack. Look at this. Look at this. That's our basement.
Oh, Vader, this could be the start they needed.
So
Outlaws could be bringing it back.
I mean, yeah, and remember what I said at the beginning, right? I was like, hey, if you get that 3-gen near the bottom side of the map and you can go ahead and get a basement hook, you know, that's quite a bit of pressure. And we got a corrupt zone down here. I like it.
There's a gens patrol down here. As all the gens down here are corrupted, which is great for you later, but not great right now, as you probably want to try to proxy this hook, and you're not going to be able to pressure any gens. I do expect to see at least 2 gens of the non-corrupted gens pop during this.
Yeah, but we will see Deadlock come in, so we know where the other progressions are. Uh-oh, but they're also on main.
Yeah, there is a strong 4-gen down here as well, which got semi-broken up by that one completion. If they get one more completion down here, then this side of the map will be pretty well traced.
There it is.
Yep. Oh my, but this Trickster doesn't miss.
This Trickster's doing great, honestly. They do get the unhook, though.
The survivor running back towards where Shaq is, towards the 3-gen that they have left now, which is kind of dangerous here. This Trickster probably should try to take the hook more closer towards that 3-gen. I wouldn't take this hook right here. It is a little bit in the open, which is good, but I think you want it a little bit closer to where your 3-gen is. A little more deeper would have been valuable.
I have to agree with you, but at the same time, that's on the outside of this kind of 3-gen, right? Because it's this one line of gens, and they are seeing progression on 2 of the 3 gens. Their 3-gen is being attacked here. quite well, honestly. And so for sure, I think they're smart hooking where they did, because you're going to take people away from where the gens are being progressed in order to get that save.
That is true, but you want to tunnel out, I feel, here. And now that the survivors are far away, they do get a nice power here to get their ultimate ability here.
Don't need it to get this down.
Now you're gonna be like, oh my, this is gonna be right in the middle of that regen though. With the main event powered up. Oh, if they find a survivor right here, right now, this is gonna be really bad. That gen is busting,
they found one. They found one. Nancy, what are you doing, Nancy?
Uh-oh. Ooh, but the survivor does make enough distance. Really did not get hit by that many knives. I don't know if that was really the time to pop that, as you not even getting a health state. Well,
Yeah.
Again, the timer was running out on it though.
Yeah, timer was almost out, so I think they used it when they needed to, but now they need to camp that gen that has a lot of progress on it. Make sure Nancy doesn't come back and finish it off.
Yeah, you gotta get an injury on any survivor on this gen here to prove that they're not coming back to this, or if they're gonna come back to this, they're taking a risk. But we do see a save there. Will be the tap, I believe, coming in with the save. Or is that the ace? It's hard to tell. It's a little blurry.
That's the tap. That's the tap. Tap is trying to do what he can. Oh, you only need one knife. One knife.
Here. 2 gens left. There's another one. Another one is completed. I think they broke the 3 gen on the hill. Yep, that was the hill gen.
I would agree.
Oh, and this gen spread is crazy good for our survivors now. Oh, that is unlucky.
And I don't know if you noticed what I did, but while Joy King was running around, Joy King being our detective tap, our Nia was able to go get healed. The heal came while we were still chasing tap there. So Nia was able to sneak away and get a heal off before our trickster was able to even get it down.
And last gen completed. Is that a haste status effect I see there, Vader?
It is indeed, and no Way Out has also been procced.
Yes, we'll see a pallet break here. Although this survivor, I think, is kind of close to a dead zone right now. They're going to have to hurry, make some distance.
Yeah, but with us throwing knives... Oh, shoot. Wait a minute.
Make enough distance here. I think throwing these knives while you're getting some pressure is allowing the survivor to make the distance to waste a lot more time this way.
It is indeed, but you get the down right there.
Interesting choice here. Will they go for the hook?
Did you see where the totem was? I'm not gonna say where, but it's in a very good killer spot.
Oh, is it up top of main?
It's somewhere, and it's very good.
Probably up top of main. That's the place I would hope for. Unless it's right next to the stuff.
It is such a good spawn. Definitely our killer may go ahead and just sit on this, honestly.
I mean, you could. Oh, now you kind of have to.
It's just the survivor took you all the way far away from both doors. You are in the opposite corner of either of the doors. You're not going to get somebody else here. If you leave, then they possibly get this person out.
Yeah, I don't think you save in this situation if you're 6, though. Especially versus a trickster, you can easily get main event off and then maybe get multiple survivors down. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. Especially for a survivor already on the struggle state.
For sure. Definitely a good match, but the survivors just had enough pressure to really, really take advantage there.
Absolutely, but definitely a good performance here by a trickster. I don't think they might not have gotten more points than 6 did there, but they definitely didn't get the gap widened really a ton more. I feel like that was semi-close. I felt not. I think 6-6 got like how many points was it? Let me take a look here. Oh, so they got a little bit more of a lead, but it's not out of the question yet.
It would take a little bit to get you back into that good range where you can really come back, though. You know, like you would need to you'd need to have a really good performance on this next game and then have a near perfect performance on Survivor. So definitely coming out with that nurse originally, that made it tough.
Yeah, definitely proving some rewards from showing up with an S tier killer just to set the tone for the rest of the game, being like, okay, y'all gotta perform like this or you guys lose. But to be honest, OTF here, they got nothing to lose. So I mean, maybe they bring out maybe the nurse comes back at them. Do
You
they have a nurse
think
left?
a
Do
mirror?
they have a nurse left?
Let me look again, but I think they
Yeah,
do.
I think if they want to win, they have to play Nurse or Blight here if they have either available. That's the only killer I think that can reliably 4K a team this strong.
They have
Unless-
they have one use of blight left. They're out of nurse.
Okay, so I feel like you could see Blight here for sure. Blight, this is not a terrible map for Blight. I see a lot of Tinker or Blights on this map specifically. Also, Compound can get good value on Ironworks as well. Compound very valuable on this map. Then again, you could also go with my favorite, the Twins route, which is also another killer where if the survivors make a mistake or two, you can easily turn any game into a 4K at any moment. That's one of my favorite reasons to play Twins.
I mean, yeah, and definitely the way that a lot of survivors try to play against Twins, it seems like, just goes ahead and gives you a good like what am I trying to say? Foundation for just getting a lot of those 4Ks by slugging, because it just seems like they want to stay paired up, right? That way they can kick Victor if you go ahead and get the down survivor, right? But if you attach to the survivor that's healthy, for some reason they stay grouped. Like in pubs, at least for me, like it's not what I want to see, but it's what I do see.
Yeah. Well, I tell everybody that says they've been having trouble with Twins on their team what to do versus them. There's two things you have to remember versus Twins, and congratulations to 51 people watching. You can hear Psycho's two most important things when going up against the Twins. Although if you're a strong comp player, you probably already know what they are, and I think they're even more important than pairing up. And that's number one. Where is Charlotte? Where is Victor is very important when you're getting chased by Victor, but you need to know when you're getting chased by Victor where the husk of Charlotte is left. It impacts so many of your decisions, whether or not you jump in the locker or not, where you run. Because if you get Victor hit on you, it stinks. But like if you have to do it, you have to do it. You don't want to get hit by the Victor and then run towards direction of Charlotte. That's like the worst thing you could do. And the other thing, and this is a good rule of thumb versus most killers in this game, but especially Twins, if you have a chance to heal, always heal versus Twins. I don't care if there's a gen that's 3 seconds away from popping, a little bit away from you. If you can heal first, because you need to win. It's all about patience versus the Twins game. It's the first side to make a mistake, it all just starts going snowballing like crazy. And if you don't heal up when you have the opportunity, you will find yourself in a rough spot a lot of the time.
Yeah, like it is definitely, it's tough. It's tough anytime you try to speed up the game versus Twins. You have to take it slow. Like you said, slow and steady wins the race. Slow resets, just try to the game might last like 30 minutes, but I mean, hey, do you want to die?
I mean, it just reminds me back to season 0 of another league that I played against your team, Vader. I don't know if you remember. We had a 30-minute game with another killer very similar to that you have to play. We had a 30-minute hag game in a different league one time.
Yeah, we did.
Tower. You remember that game, Vader?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do.
That was when the spicy Starstruck Rusty Shackles hag.
Yes, indeed. I was I think I was actually playing in that game, and it lasted way too long. And then I think while you were on Fort Dwight's, we actually had another match that went similar to that. Like I want to say Doctor on Father Campbell's Chapel was like another 40-minute game, 45-minute game. Yeah.
There was actually some reasoning, if I remember correctly, back then. We thought you had to survive back-to-back, so I went first on Cold Tower with that build, knowing and hoping that the 30-minute grind of a game would wear you guys down so much that it would impact you in the next one from how tired you would be from focusing.
And the
Especially knowing
second game
that
actually ended up being longer than the first game.
Yep, and I was like, I'm playing. I'm like, I know this is my only game. I just gotta focus on this one game, and then after they have to go deal with another game right after.
Yeah. It killed me.
Daylight, people.
It killed me.
Gotta love it.
Well, let's see what we got here. Definitely we do have, it looks like Killer Inc. is going to kill for us this game. And then it looks like we do have all of the survivors are in. Looks like they're trying to get readied up, but I was seeing 2 flashlights there for a minute. So looks like they're still trying to figure out who's bringing what.
Absolutely. Be interesting to see what Outlaws choose to do here. Maybe, you never know what they might try to go Blight route and try to maybe make some of these points up. If you get a solid 3K, I think you can try to win something in game 4 maybe.
Yeah, Blight might be the play. I worry about collision. Honestly, on this map though, collision's not that bad because what is there for you to slide off of? The logs, that's it.
Sometimes you can slide off of the those tractor tires. I think that's what they are. The
like up
tires.
Towards the top. Yeah, but there are enough trees that you can hit the tree instead. This isn't like a corn map where like there's only the circular hay bales, and when you try to collide off of them, you just slide.
My least favorite objects in this game to deal with as Blight is the red trucks on Batum, like the red vehicles on Batum and Haddonfield. Like, I guess what they're called. The ones that are colored red. I don't know what kind of vehicle it is, but those I always slide off of when I'm not trying to. And always Shelter Woods, which I get so much. Those trees on Shelter Woods are so slippery.
I don't feel that way, actually. I think that Shelter Woods is just fine.
I'm not talking about the regular trees. I'm talking about the thick trees. Whoa, wait. No, it's down the bottom. Wait.
No. That one of those was a secret survivor offering, so that was an incorrect offering that I noticed there. I wasn't able to verify the last offering, so we'll have to verify on the end game screen. But definitely, let's talk about builds, bans, rules. So yeah, for sure, guys, yellow items and add-ons are allowed. Only one of each perk and item. Duplicate BT is allowed. I will note that bloodied blueprints are required for all survivors to bring as well, but that's what we saw somebody not bring one of. And for sure it is we saw one person bring a shroud, so that will be 1 point penalty there. But we're gonna go ahead and get in here, and this is it's a Billy.
Is it?
It's a Billy. So Raz, shout out to Raz got the Billy right there.
So it's not the team I thought would bring it, but I definitely predicted that this killer was showing up at some point. If these survivors choose to burn some pallets here, what they choose to do to try to counteract this Billy. Oh, and there goes the first one.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the things you run the risk of versus a really good survivor team. When you're Billy, they're gonna pre-drop those pallets, and they're gonna play these LT walls very well.
Absolutely, as we see the survivor vaulting back through the L wall here. Just gonna waste this Billy's time as much as possible. Probably force an M1 here at some point. Chainsawing on L and T walls versus strong survivors. This is very difficult to get off. I feel like you have to. You have to take an M1 at some point. Or just give up while you're not too far behind. And just start trying to pressure these gens, as we do see here. There is a survivor vaulting that window.
Man, there's honestly, like, it almost feels like the survivors do have a lot of the pressure already, and it's just because of the lost pressure from not getting anything out of that chase, you know?
Yeah, but you know when those killers get to certain loops, if you don't have a bamboozle, you just gotta leave the L&T walls. I feel like a lot of the time, unless it's a priority target.
For sure. And we do see, ooh, nice attempt at a mind game. Nancy not falling for it, though. Going ahead, dropping our pallet here. There's low pro here. What are you doing, Nancy? You already saw it once. Luckily, Nancy not going to take the hit and throw another pallet here. Do we see a God? Like, just, oh, man. We don't see God curve.
No, we do not. And the survivor choosing to run by the logs. I think this will be a down here. Yep, survivor just running into a corner, trying to burn time here. Not a terrible start for the Hillbilly, but also not great at the same time. As you see 2 gens popping off, probably a third is being worked on. Probably pretty heavy still.
For
We do
sure.
see, is that a deadlock?
Yes, double deadlock. They were able to finish 2 gens in quick succession, and that procced both the deadlocks.
Deadlock is revealed here. Oh, unfortunately nicking those walls.
Yeah, I don't think we were trying to thread the needle between that tree and that brick wall, and unfortunately, I don't. You just can't curve that.
Uh-oh, this could be interesting choice not to rev the chainsaw. I think they could have got it down before they made it to that window if they were quick about it, maybe. It would have been close.
I think that if you start revving the chainsaw, oh man, if you started revving the chainsaw, then the issue that you run into is the survivor hears that and plays that loop differently. I think because the survivor didn't hear a chainsaw, they played it the way they did.
Yeah, that's correct. However, I think they were close enough that they might have been able to get it. It definitely would have been close, and that's usually just a loop here. Is going to be another drop pallet. These survivors just rotating pallet to pallet here, not giving up very much as far as pressure. This Billy is looking for any kind of pressure to mount here, as they only have 1 hook so far. Got to be another gen coming close to finish here. 2 survivors injured, and they're not really healing up, which to me means they're probably working on gens right now, which is not a good sign for this Billy.
I'd have to agree. They are probably working on gens, and we may have been wrong because Clay just reset.
That is correct, but maybe a health pack situation, or a Mega situation rather, as we do see 1 gen popping off in the distance and another deadlock chasing this Jonah around this LNT wall again, this jungle gym rather. This Billy has to start leading these chases sooner. You have to realize where they are and where the resources are, and to know when and when not to take chases sometimes, I feel. As these survivors are just using their resources very, very well. This is a spot where I really think Bamboozle is almost a need on Billy right now in this meta. We do see a catch up here, maybe a slip up here. Interesting choice. I think he might have gotten a down to do that.
No way!
Gets it down out of nowhere though on the other survivor.
Yo, I didn't even think he was gonna go there. Like, the reason he got that is he did exactly what none of us expected him to do. Really good play to go ahead and take out the survivor that was working on the gen.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see another hook here, trying to get some more pressure mounting from this Billy, and scratch marks here as he finds another survivor. Might get an M1 here. Another survivor just holding W around the loop. Does make another pallet. Should be another drop pallet. Well, I do like using the chainsaw here, but survivor just holding W, choosing not to drop the pallet now.
Yeah, and I think that's more what you were going for, is what you were trying to do is go ahead and trick them into, getting the low pro hit.
Low pro value. Pretty nice. Oh, maybe waiting for BT hit. Nope, not gonna get it, just speeds off.
Yeah, they had sprint burst. I feel like they wanted him to swing.
Not a bad idea, because if you could take the hit, you can walk a little bit and get the speed boost from the hit and then take off running. Oh, but we do see an adrenaline here from our Jonah, I believe, as we did the last gen finish. No haste status effect on the screen, so no way in play. No way out, though, I believe, just propped, if I'm correct.
Oh no, don't chase him around this way. Unfortunately, we didn't zone him very well. We ran him right to that. We have that loop blocked. If you zone them the other way, they don't have any resources to use. But instead, we allow them to get closer to that other loop and run this chase a little bit further.
Was that indeed the no way out, Vader, that we saw?
That was indeed the no way out.
Oh, wow. And that's, I think it's going to result only in a 1K possibly, as those gates, I think they only have two stacks, maybe 3.
It was only 2.
Yeah, so those
no way out's gone already.
Yeah, it's already gone. I think this is going to be a 1K here, and I don't think you save because it's belly, unless you really want to for the fun or the practice, but I don't think you need to here.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. I don't think that they save either, especially against a chainsaw killer. Don't think so.
1K here for Outlaws to the Fog. Unfortunately, I do believe that puts our score to an unaccomplishable means now. Am I correct in that?
You are correct in that. However, we are going to go ahead and still play through this last match because, you know, we love to do that. We love to do that. See more matches and use more killers.
Absolutely. Last game here for 6, though. You gotta think they're gonna come here with something that isn't that chunk, because you're gonna want to have options for your last 2 games. Or they gotta be coming in with like a Billy or something here, I think.
You think Billy for Billy?
Billy for Billy if they got a use of it, you know. That's not something you need, I think, later on in the season. There's better killers you could play. You know, especially on Dead Dog. You could realistically play anything on Dead. Like,
I mean, yeah, with the map size, I don't disagree with you for sure.
Maps Torment Creek, so as long as you have like Freddy or Blight or Demo or anything available that has some kind of movement to them, you know, you got that map handled pretty well.
I'd agree with you. I'd have to agree.
That's why I'm thinking Billy. That's why, because you know, although Billy on Torment is Torment they go on later on in the season, I believe you said. Isn't that a bad idea as well?
Torment and Dead Dog.
There are, you know, you could also just play the demo on Torment or something like that as well. So, it'd be interesting to see what they do.
I think playing Demo on Torment would actually be a benefit. Demo and Freddy right there. Boom, boom.
Could be.
That way you can teleport and all that. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Absolutely. And I do believe we're getting word here that Joy King will be killing again.
Oh man, reprising the role of killer, Joy King.
Interesting to see what they do here. I don't think there's any way they can put a performance up like they did in that first game, though. That was just so insane. It's going to be hard to repeat that.
I mean, as it could be hard. Wait a minute. I joined a Joy King, but it looks like Bear is in the killer spot. Bear? Well,
Bear?
We may see Bear actually killing. I'm gonna wait and see, because I don't really know. Both of them are still in this party. I don't know who is actually the killer here. Who's the real killer? Who's the imposter?
Behavior is the real killer.
I mean,
they killing me, Vader.
To be fair though, Nia was the survivor that's in the that was there. So I mean, don't they say that Nia's the entity, right? So we had a killer and a Nia. Like, they're both killers.
Let me welcome that statement back for a second here, Vader. I apologize, Behavior. You finally have announced something during that amazing Q&A update that totally had great and amazing things throughout. But the best announcement could have ever heard happened in the Q&A, Vader. Did you hear it? Did you know the news?
Which news?
That the twins' quality of life changes are coming, Vader. They will be
Really?
here. The
Oh.
1% of twins mains in the world will show up. And we will be very happy when that update comes. I guarantee it. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do. His quality of life changes, you know, aren't necessarily buffs, but they're not necessarily buffs. They're usually things that help the killer that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like giving Trapper more traps. Like, it just makes sense that he should he should be able to hold multiple. It just makes sense. And you know what? You know what's something I could see them doing, Vader, that would make people upset that I think they would do? Is, you know, a lot of the add-ons revolve around having Victor on their head. I could see them reworking how those work and maybe making it so that you can't kidnap Victor for as long as he is, and then maybe changing some of his cooldowns. Maybe making it so that you can't keep Victor on your head for as long as you can, but also changing something else.
Maybe. Actually, what I want is for carrying Victor to give you the hindered status. Like where you're just slower in general. I would love that.
One change I would there's two things I would like them to go about. Either the risky route, which is that you can't the amount of time before you could break Victor off Survivor's back is faster, or there's another route that will make the twins even less favorable in most players' eyes, and that's the ability, which is something I've asked for, as annoying as it would be, and that's to not let survivors with Victor on their back be able to unhook people. Could you imagine that? Imagine if Victor camping a hook, and you have to crouch walk up to it, because if you don't crouch walk up to it, they swap back to Victor and just jump on your head. Now somebody else has to go over there, or you have to drop Victor off your shoulders. One of the two.
I don't think that they'll do that just because of like how I would expect all the survivors to react to it, and I'm sure behavior is thinking of that as they normally do. I honestly, the thing that I was excited for, and this is weird because I'm a Survivor main, right? But I was really excited that the Circle of Healing is being nerfed a bit. You're not as excited about that?
No, this is nerfed a little bit. Because here's my thing. My problem with Circle of Healing and boon perks in general is not the speed of the heal. I think that the problem with boons is a problem with all boons and not a problem with Circle of Healing. And that's, I don't like that you can just have to constantly either ignore the fact that Circle of Healing exists or boon Shadow Step, whatever you want to deal with. And you have to go kick it. You have to find it every time. You have to walk up to it. You have to kick it. And Survivor's time is less valuable than a killer's time. For every 1 second spent on a Survivor, there's 4 Survivors spending 1 second doing something. So your time is 4 times more valuable as a killer. So one thing I would like them to do is I'd like them to make boon perks that do even crazier things. Like maybe boon perks that if the killer walks through a pallet or something, it automatically drops, like Power Struggle. You know, crazy stuff like that. But what I want to happen is when survivors walk out of the boon's range, if there's no survivor longer in the boon range, it breaks itself. You don't have to walk up and kick it. You can set up Circle of Healing on a gen, your teammates heal up, killer comes, chases the survivors away from the totem, breaks itself. That's the problem I have.
You know what I would like better? Scourge Hook Boon Breaker. Make it a Scourge Hook. Like you go ahead and you hook, and if there's a boon active, boon gone.
You could make an ability like Scourge Hook Boon of Pain.
Turn a boon into a hex or something? Like, woo!
No. Maybe make it you hook the survivor and they're no longer allowed to boon totems, or like their boon speed is like their boon and cleansing speed on totems is like drastically increased, like to the point where you don't do it.
So
or you really don't want to.
I mean, yeah, that could be something, but I feel like the Pentimento, having 5 stacks of Pentimento and having it like block all totems was pretty cool, right?
It's pretty cool, Vader, but I've only gotten that to work.
I know.
5 stacks one time.
I know.
And it was only because I was playing Blight.
Yeah.
And I waited till all 5 were done, and I dropped everything and said, I'm doing it. Click, 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 click. Before these survivors knew it hit them, all 5 gens totems blocked. They couldn't do anything.
I think that's fair. I think it would be cool if, like, let's say that there was a boon, right, that like, or let's say there was a Scourge Hook that blocked totems from being blessed, right? So it does the block almost like Plaything or No Way Out, right? Every time you get a hook. But it would be cool if it also just went ahead and took out the boons, so that it's like, hey, you can't boon, and for the next 30 seconds, you can't put it back up.
You know, there's lots of different changes they can make to boons, but I want them to make a change to boons that makes it less of an annoyance to deal with for killers. while them still being able to make fun and powerful boon effects. Because I think Circle of Healing, as an effect, while it's annoying to deal with, it's tolerable. I deal with Dead Hard, I deal with DS, Camaraderie, all these things that are way more annoying to deal with. It's only the fact that you have to constantly go back and you either just deal with
It's
it.
usually the same totem too. Like
kick it,
yeah,
break it. I hate having to constantly break the same totem or just not care. Like I feel like there should be a better option in that regard. And that's why I wanted the idea of like some way the boons just break themselves so that you don't have to constantly walk up and kick them, but you still can walk up and kick them if you want to. It's not like keep the ability to do that if you want to, but just to try to help that balance out. And then you can make crazier effects on totems because they're just not going to sit there the whole game.
Fair. I think that I see Raz getting involved in the conversation here as well, saying boons need to break the bones when they're snuffed, just like hexes. 5 uses per game on the high end. The reason I dislike breaking a boon breaks the bones is then you get rid of your own Noed potentially.
That's one of the problems I have with it as well.
Yeah, so I wouldn't like that, but let's say that Blast Mine, right? You have to do an action before you can bless, or before you can get your not Blast Mine, Flashbang. You have to do a certain percentage of a gen before you have Flashbang. What if it was the same way for boons?
I got a perk for you, Vader. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You can make this crazier if you want to by adding something to it, but a hex perk that doesn't light up, and hear me out, so it spawns on adult totem. The survivors don't know it's a hex. If they go and you could either go with if they break it or if they boon it if you want to, or you could just go if they just boon it. And if survivor does that and they're healthy, much like the trap, they get injured, and then if you even want to make it crazy, you can make them broken. They try to boon adult totem, like it spawns like a hex on one totem, like a normal hex would, but the survivors don't see it as a hex, they see it as an adult, and then if they break it, they get injured, or if they boon it, they get injured. Whatever way you want to take it, that might be something interesting. Much like that trapper add-on works, if you destroy the traps, except
right.
It spawns on one totem.
I like that. I could be a fan of that. Make it like almost like a hex retribution, but it makes you broken or something. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, hey, let's review some penalty rules because we did see a penalty earlier. So definitely any match with a penalty could be played out, could be restarted, or sometimes both. In our case, we played it out. As it was just an offering, it looks like somebody had wanted to spawn as far away from the killer as possible. But yeah, definitely if you see a banned perk item add-on, -5 points with a possible restart. If you take us to the wrong map, that is also -5 points, automatic restart. If you harass the ref or do any of those things that were just on the screen, -10 points per offense, no restart. Using an exhausted killer, yeah, don't do that either, -10 points. Delaying the game, -1 points for every 5 minutes. And the rule that we saw broken, chat, was everybody has to bring that good bloodied blueprint to make sure that basement spawns in the shack, but instead one survivor chose not to do so, that was a 1-point penalty.
We don't love penalties here, no one wants to see a game decided by penalties, so make sure you're on top of that. Is that a wraith noise I hear?
Bing bong,
Mr. Bing Bong. Interesting choice of add-ons we'll see here. What add-on is that on the right? It's kind of hard to tell with your perk icon.
So that is Shadow Dance Serpent.
Okay, it didn't look like that to me on my screen.
Yeah, Shadow Dance Serpent. Oh god, I just lost my hat.
No, not that hat. We will see a quick injury here, as we do see Bear as our killer. We see a shirtless David going for the window. Oh, is that a Lithe game here, maybe? We do see a Bamboozle as well.
Oh man, we see body blocks coming in too. Oof, taking the hit. Oh, another body block coming in. You better get the reset on Wakanda while those body blocks are coming in, because these are free injury states.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta be careful about taking this many hits versus Wraith, because he can easily start getting some pressure going here now with so many survivors injured. This could be really lights out real quick here. You gotta be careful.
I mean, yeah, you are right about that one, Chief. These survivors are definitely living dangerously here. Woo! Nice little stun. Gum going ahead and healing while in chase here, too. Being a little aggressive with it. You love to see it.
Trying to play the song of his people right now. Interesting choice to keep spamming the bell there. Maybe a little showmanship right here, trying to showboat and have a little fun.
I mean, as much as he's bing bonging, you would think he's from Coney Island.
Bing bong! Who's the president?
Byron.
Who's the president?
Byron. Oh man, but for sure we do see Jane getting in a locker. This isn't DS.
Jane do be head on him though, you know. She do be head on him.
That wasn't enough time, and there wasn't any quick and quiet action, and we just saw a survivor over there creeping. Creeping survivor.
OTF maybe trying to put up some plays that we're just not ready for. I don't know what the plan was there, but I'm sure they had something up their idea there.
Yeah, for sure.
Flashlight attempt or something, and the person couldn't get there in time.
Possibly. They do finish this other gen over here.
You see our David.
Yep. David going ahead and trying to get as far away as possible, too.
And with that light, though, they're going to make a lot of distance here. This Wraith's using... Oh, are they stuck?
Yeah,
no, they're stuck.
David's shoulders are too damn wide for that opening in the trees, apparently.
You know, it's interesting. Well, I thought without the shirt, it would squeeze through, you know, you get a little less friction, you know.
Yeah, David's afraid of splinters, though. Like, deathly afraid of splinters.
Splinters on the nipples, that's painful.
Yeah, so 100%, you're not going to see him take the risk there.
Interesting choice by these survivors, choosing not to try to do the pallet tech so far on this Wraith, which I love to do. That's one of my favorite things to do versus the Wraith, is crawl back and forth. We will see the David go down here. And
yeah.
we'll see...
I think we're gonna see Yoon Jin just like go, oh, you went down and now you're looking at me, I'm out of here.
Watching there, like, just interested to go on. But that body block moment where David's stuck on the corner like that by the trees is one of my favorite things that happens in Dead by Daylight. Like, survivors just look up at you with their eyes and they just look so sad. They're like, no, don't do it, don't do it.
I always feel like they're like you're gonna kill me now, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just make it fast. See what I mean about no head on? That wasn't head on. Like,
that's not how head on works.
That's no.
Jane, go home, Jane. Go home. Interesting plays here by our survivors here. Maybe trying to meme it up and have a little bit of fun as this season is winding down and being only a couple games left. David getting blocked here. I don't think we're gonna get the pallet drop. Does get the pallet drop and the stun. Oh, and the flashlight?
No, that's a flashbang and a head on.
What is this? Our survivors are going crazy.
What? How many stuns was that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 stuns. My God.
That's going on YouTube for sure, Vader.
Oh, 100%. This poor Wraith was just getting... I mean, he got flabbergasted by these survivors. Ouch. Oof. That unfortunately, David, you've gone down. Oh, Lord. What are you doing?
The Wraiths... either they were just memeing or they were attempting to do the pallet tech with this. I've done that before where you're so excited to do the pallet tech where you just keep vaulting the pallet while the Wraith's invisible so he can't kick it, that you just do it when the Wraith's visible. I've done that once before. Maybe that's what happened there.
Maybe, but you know, that was for sure an interesting choice. We do see Potion, of course, going into the basement there. Oh, getting the stun. Good little stun there. Poor Wraith getting 10 wood to the face.
This Outlaws of the Fog here, one thing's for certain, they are here to put on a show for Twitch, chat, so I hope you're enjoying it, chat, because they are here for your enjoyment. Are you not entertained?
Oh man, Gum is gonna go for death here. Unfortunate. In the basement.
We do see our Jane gone. And no more of those hideous head-on attempts.
What are we doing here?
A Sabo?
Wraith didn't even want to. Wraith smacked and looked away like, I'm ashamed at you. How dare you break it?
Are we breakout gamers, maybe, Vader?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. Given the one little Sabo right. Oh my lord!
Hang on.
That's Vigo's court doing that. That's Vigo's court with the head on. Head on part 2. Man, this is a comp game and you've gotten 2 head ons already? Oh, look at our Wraith not wanting to even walk close to that locker.
I think this Wraith has had enough of lockers. Oh, Claudette appearing out of nowhere. Gets down for it.
And is she going to basement for her actions? No. She is going to this other hook.
Wraith looking around very carefully, trying to make sure there's no hidden lockers around the corner. That would be a disaster.
What is... You know, our friend Potion over here is going ahead and breaking this hook every time it spawns.
They must not like that hook.
Specifically that one. Like the other hooks are fine, but that hook, it's gotta go.
It's got to go. Oh, will be him.
I think he, yeah. The dead hard.
Oh my lord.
I was gonna say I thought that it was because they saw or they heard the Yoon Jin. They were trying to use their good headphones. Oh no, they're taking him to the hook. The hook Yoon Jin didn't want to exist.
You get to hang out with it a little bit longer.
Well, no, it gets broken forever. It gets broken forever this time, but it's with Yoon Jin's body.
They're taking the hook up with them into the entity sky.
For sure. And now, what's going to happen with our David here? Our David, of course, is going down for the count. Gonna get the sacrifice here, unless... You know, the basement was a lot closer. Why are we walking all the way over here? Do we even make this?
It's gonna be close.
We don't make it. We don't make it.
Oh, he's not choosing to go for it? He's trying to let him get it? I think he's letting him wiggle.
What?
Maybe he wants to give him a match.
Apparently Wakanda don't want to wiggle. Wakanda like, no, wait, kill me.
I think Fair was trying to get him to jump off so he can get hatched.
Maybe not. Does he?
Maybe.
What? I don't know what's going on here.
Stop playing with my emotions, Bear. Come on. Are you gonna let him live, or aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think you, me, Twitch chat, everybody's wondering what's gonna happen here.
Oh no, Bear. We gotta give mad respect to this team, to Outlaws of the Fog. Just showing like really fun.
Oh, he got Narnia'd. This man just Narnia'd him. He's Narnia'd. Oh my goodness, guys! He went in the locker and DC'd. He's gone forever. He's gone to Narnia. You'll never find him ever again. The lion, the witch, and the locker. All right.
That actually reminds me of a Survivor perk I once thought up of, and that was a once a game or once every certain amount, like a couple times a game, ability to be able to jump into a locker and then press a button and then teleport to the furthest locker across the map or a random locker on the map.
That would be crazy. I don't know.
Imagine that.
That would be crazy.
That would have to be once a game. But imagine you're gonna chase the survivor. They quick and quiet into after they get unhooked, they quick and quiet into a locker. You're thinking they're waiting in there with DS, and they TP'd across the map to another locker.
I mean,
I know logically it makes no sense, but just imagine.
I'm imagining. And it seems
standing in front of the
insane.
locker, just standing in front of the locker, staring at the empty locker, and then they open it up and they're just gone.
My lord. Well, that is going to conclude those matches for sure. And we're waiting to see who we're going to get for this good little interview in here. We're going to see if either of the Survivor, or if any of the team of 6 wants to come in for a interrogation into our interrogation room. Let me see. I'm sending the message now, so we'll see if we do. But hey, give me your thoughts. Like, give me a good summary of like what you saw here. What did you like to see? What did you want to see more of? Were you left yearning for anything?
I would have liked to seen a pig, because I still have never gotten to see pig like in comp at all, even in like as a throwaway. Like it's always like strong Evan or Legion sometimes. I just would like to see that maybe, but I just really appreciate both teams poking fun and having fun in the end game. Just the sportsmanship in that was insane. That one play with the several stuns on the Wraith with the head on and the pallet, that was just insane to watch. As I do believe we have a player from 6 here.
Oh my goodness, it's a Clay. How are you doing, Clay?
I'm doing well. How are you, Vader?
I am doing well. I'm trying to make sure that this hat doesn't like collapse on top of my head. So there's actually a glass bottle on the inside. So balancing that on my head's been fun, actually.
It's a really nice hat. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I had to like harness my inner Disney for this one.
I feel it.
But yeah, you guys played really well there for sure, in the Survivor matches as well as in the killer matches. But I got one question. Why'd you bring Nurse here? Like in this match?
We were kind of like running out of, I guess, games in the season. We still have so many killers to play. And Ironworks is a really big map, so we just kind of wanted to like make sure we had the win in our heads before like we like got to our Survivor games, and just Nurse is like probably the only bearable killer on the Ironworks comp. So, and it was Joy King, so
I mean, yeah, Joy King just cracked. But yeah, you guys honestly, you played that perfectly. And then of course on the Survivor side, you guys did what you guys do. You guys survived very well. And really, like, it didn't matter who the killer was. You guys were getting the fast resets, getting the gens done, and just really were able to kind of do what you wanted to. Didn't get any 4 outs today, only got 3 outs, but you guys did really well today.
Yeah, we did. I don't know. It's just it's a really bad map for most killers. So, especially like Billy and Trickster, I think they played. I just don't even think Trickster's a killer, to be fair. But so I just really wasn't like, I wasn't expecting more than anybody was expecting out of a Trickster, to say the least. I just hate Trickster.
Be fair, Clay. He is a musician first, killer second.
I wouldn't listen to his music either.
I mean, his music is kind of like, wasn't it made with the cries of the like his yeah, it's to die for. Yeah. I mean, definitely his instruments were they died. Yep, that's for sure. But yeah, for sure. I mean, like with the Billy and with the Trickster, you guys fared very well. Then you brought Wraith, and it was a little bit more of a meme game, but fun one to watch, right?
Yeah, Bear had to get them back for that the moment he had on the gen in the Billy game. He had a hell of a Bear moment there.
Oh man, walk me through what happened there. I'm not sure I follow.
The exact comms where I was getting chased 1, he told me he was on 12. I told him I had to go to the LMT wall. He was like, well, just let me know the second he leaves. And I was like, you see him? And he's like, all right, surely he won't come to this gen, right? And I kinda, I guess, got mind gamed, and I thought I was dead. And when he just went straight forward, me and Joy King just started dying.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. He was on the gen and the one who got sniped by the chainsaw. Yeah, nope,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Because we were over here like, chainsawing around this LNT wall, like that doesn't seem like a good idea. And then he hits the person on gen and we're like, oh, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
He had sprint burst too, so it was just really funny to us.
Oh my gosh. That's cracked. That's cracked. We love it. We love it. All right. Definitely. Do you have anything to say to the fans of Vigos or the fans of Six here?
Shout out to Big Body Herm, our coach, our best player. Have a great weekend, pretty much.
Nice. Psycho, you got any final questions for Clay here?
2 short ones. One, I want to know how Bear was handling that immaculate display of stuns that across his face during that one moment during the Wraith game. Was he like laughing? Was he into it, or was he like a little
more of like a laughy go for pocos kind of thing? Like he was just
Nice.
going for bad hits.
Yeah, because that was just an insane like array of 3 stuns in a row.
Yeah, after the head-on scared me and him and Joy all the same, because nobody really, like, we knew it was gonna kind of be a meme game like the way it started, but I just really still didn't expect the head-on.
Yeah, it
So it
scared
scared
you.
us.
Especially head on twice. Like, what's funny is actually, I don't know if you've seen, we've got these play stream challenges that show up during the exhibition games, right? One of them is get 3 head-on stuns in a match, right?
Damn,
they almost did that. They almost did that in that match.
I'll go for that next week. I'll try it.
You'll try to go
no
for
problem.
3 head-ons?
I also
Yo,
have another request, Clay.
I
and that's
love
if
it.
your team ever decides to make a B team, please, for the love of God, call them 5 with the number 5 in the beginning and then IVE. Please. That's too perfect.
I would never in my life
Aw.
ever even think about associating myself with something like that.
Oh.
I don't even like the name 6.
Oh.
Big 5 would look better.
Whoa!
Understandable. I mean, hey, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to change that name, you know, it's just a click away.
Always an option.
For sure. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure 6 is going on a hiatus after Vigos.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's kind of over, but it's not confirmed, but it's very unlucky. So I guess this is the last place everybody will be able to see us, and hopefully we could win like everything.
Well, we'll stay tuned for more on that news for sure. But yeah, for sure. That'll be all from us today, guys. We will see 6 convicted of murder, and we do have several games tomorrow, so definitely make sure to catch us tomorrow. But we're gonna go ahead and get ready to raid on out here for the night. Court is adjourned.
Tell me when